broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide on KFMA.com on this beautiful Monday, February 3rd. Good morning, Tucson, or good morning, Rico. Sorry.
You switched it on me. Good morning.
Nah, I know. I'm going dyslexic this morning to start off today. Good morning, Rico. Good morning, Tucson. But good morning, all. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. What a great week we have lined up for you as we look forward towards Super Bowl Sunday. Of course, that's going to be happening this Sunday. All this week, we'll give you opportunities to win tickets for Shinedown as they were announced that they're going to be performing up in Phoenix here a little bit later on in the year. Your first opportunity to win those tickets will be at 8 o'clock this morning. And we are also giving away a pair of tickets for the Tucson Rodeo. So we got listener bait galore to start off the week. Of course, yesterday was Groundhog's Day. Did you know this?
I did.
Okay,
I can't even pronounce, what is it? Patuski, who is it?
Puxatawny. Puxatawny Phil. You know, it's great that you can't pronounce that because I can't pronounce most things. But, you know, thanks to the iconic movie, Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray, it became a part of my forever vocabulary. So Puxatawny Phil did look for his shadow yesterday, and it was announced that he saw a shadow, saying that there's going to be more winter. But don't start making your ski plans yet, because a more accurate groundhog actually disagreed with him. So did you know there's some kind of groundhog like beef and war going on between Puxatawny Phil and a rival?
Is it the British one?
No, he's up in New York.
US-based?
Yeah, I don't think the British care, you know.
I did see an article, like a bunch of top hats and British people, like, oh, our groundhog is more smart than yours.
Oh, yeah, no. No, it wasn't the British one. Let's see. I don't believe it was. No, it's Staten Island Chuck.
That's hilarious.
I was like,
Chuck's been more accurate 80% of the time.
Yeah, something about his name screamed America. Yeah, Staten Island Chuck. It's the name of my uncle, by the way. So, but yeah, so they said last month was the coldest January in U.S. history since 2014. And then January 21st was the second coldest day nationally in 29 years. Of course, not for us. You know, it was probably pretty warm. In fact, actually, we're going to have a high of 81 today.
I saw that. I'm like, goodbye, winter?
No, winter will be back again. We got the erratic seasons as normal. I don't think we're going to have a spring, though. I think it's just going to go from winter to summer before you know it. And basically going back and forth between heat and cool in your air conditioning unit like you're a DJ. Chicka, 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 chicka. So
I just like with Staten Island Chuck's announcement about 6 more weeks of winter, we get to be sarcastic to all of our Midwest relatives.
Yeah.
We're like, 6 more weeks of winter, too bad.
Yeah.
More 83 degrees.
Yeah, Phil led you wrong again. So the Weather Channel's outlook for February shows warmer than average temperatures for most of the east and south, but colder February for the Northwest, Northern Rockies. Nobody cares about Arizona when they're doing these national reports. I'm like, what about us? They're like, you're going to be fine until like June, July, and then your face is going to melt off. All right, the recent report from Puxatawny Phil was the 17th most accurate weather predicting groundhog in the U.S., with an accuracy of just over 35% in the past 2 decades. The most accurate groundhog of all time in this time is Staten Island Chuck out in New York. He's right 85% of the time.
Damn.
And he did not see a shadow. So he's predicting an early spring.
Wow.
So go with the stats and the facts on this one. Staten Island Chuck, the underrated and not beloved groundhog, is the guy just calling it like he sees it.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
The numbers don't lie.
Yeah, I think Puxatawny Phil's been paid off by big weather.
Absolutely.
You know, so they're just like trying to, maybe it's like a fur coat industry saying, hey, Phil, we need to sell a couple more hoodies this winter, right? So predict a longer winter.
He's got that Old Navy plug.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
For what it's worth, Phil has seen a shadow and predicted long weather 108 times now, dating back to 1887. The world's oldest groundhog, huh?
Whoa.
Yeah. And he's predicted early spring 21 times, and 10 years of those records are missing. So, yeah, those are the confusing, maybe the COVID years. I don't know. But, yeah, so take it with a grain of salt. Which one are you going with? You going with Puxatawny Phil out of Pennsylvania, or Staten Island Chuck out of New York, Or are you saying I actually don't care what rodent tells me what the weather's like? I'm just...
Just by default. I like Chuck. He's a straight shooter.
Yeah.
He's hardcore, man.
He's like, good guys, forget about
Hey,
it.
you know.
Yeah, so we're going to have record-breaking heat, and we got the snow caps melting here, over here, you know?
Get those tank tops out.
Yeah.
Spring's coming, baby.
Spring's coming, and it's never going away. Hey!
Gabagool.
All right, we got a crazy show lined up for you. Your Morning Moron's coming up after music from Wage War. Phone lines are open if you want to give us a shout. 600-KFMA, 605-362. Kicking things off with Candlebox. Here's Far Behind on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Oh, my God, it's almost had it, and something got in my throat. Get
Blame it
out
on
of here,
Chuck.
Rico. Where are we? Okay.
There we are.
I don't like that
You got
StreamYard.
scared.
No, I know StreamYard keeps doing this. If I pause it, and it would just go blank screen. Be like, no, get back to us, man.
Right.
Whatever. Welcome to the live stream, everybody. This is our second live stream of the day. We went from an hour and 15 minutes on the Rock 102.1 Instagram page, which was good. Got a couple new followers from that, and have fun in that format. Got a couple clips that I'll repost from there as well. And we're going to start things off with a game that we did with Emil and Mari, which is super funny. And now I'm going to throw... my friends Rico and Weirdo back into the game gauntlet of sorts, which I kind of want to bring back every now and then. You know, it'll be fun. In fact, actually, we'll probably even pre-record a game for a quick segment for either tomorrow or Friday as we plan ahead on the busy week. But if we haven't chatted with you thus far, good morning. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you saw. I hope you were at the Roadrunners game while I was slapping my ass in the kiss cam. Still looking for video for that. Unfortunately, I've not gotten anything tagged to me, but I did meet some listeners out there. It was super fun, to meet like Jacob and a few others out there. We talked to Nick earlier, who wants to remain anonymous, but as he was defending himself and his behavior at the game, he also revealed to us later on that his behavior led to a breakup. So it's like, well, maybe the reporting was somewhat factual. So... You got to be careful in these scenarios. But that was fun. That was a conversation that we had recorded. I won't share with you right now, but I will. He did give me permission to play it back, just take his name out. But it's like anyone who's listening at this point, they recognize the voice.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if we'll replay that.
Put a filter on it.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, like the FBI, like witness filter.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I told the guy to go F himself, even though I said, let me see your tickets, even though I didn't have tickets at all.
I like how Beef's voice disguised is still obviously Beef.
I know. Yeah, they would get me in a heartbeat. It's so crazy, too, where, that was the thing, where he's like, let me see your tickets. Like, why would you do that? I'm still upset by that.
No.
Yeah.
Bold.
I'm like, dude, that was the wrong move to make, because you don't have tickets. It's like you can't compare tickets. But that's what happened. So I told Nick, I was like, hey, go in the front row if nobody's sitting there. But if anybody comes, then just immediately move and say, my bad, right?
Right.
It's a common mistake. They wanted to sit up against the glass, but unfortunately, these aren't my tickets. These are your tickets. Enjoy. Instead, he kind of did pushback and then made the guy show him his tickets. Like the guy was lying. And, of course, the guy was indignant about it, and it turned into a really bad scenario, which, like you said, he revealed that he ended up single by the next day because of it.
So you got to find yourself a ride or die. Maybe it was for the best.
Right, yeah. Someone who's like a gangster chick saying, you want me to stab the guy while you wrongfully argue with him?
I'll give him tickets to the gun show.
Yeah, and the only reason why I bring it up is because obviously then I'm in the middle now because I'm vouching for him to be at the game, and the head of security is talking to me about the whole thing. So it makes a big mess while I'm trying to work, right? And obviously not something I want to get back to my bosses. Like, hey, what is the deal with this guy?
Right.
And so yeah. But you know what they say, and I say it a million times again: no good deed goes unpunished. And it wasn't just Nick. I gave out tickets all throughout the week because I didn't have them scheduled on my promo suite. And then I'm getting calls from Summer on Friday, multiple calls because people immediately, like 10:01, are calling up Drum at the front desk like, where's my fucking tickets? Being assholes about it. And it's like, dude, it's 10:01. Just be patient.
Right.
Like, I just sent out the list. And Drum didn't even know about this, right? So she knows about other tickets that were given away. They didn't know that I'm on the DL, hooking up my listeners with my hookup. So I kind of went around the system there, which Summer didn't mind. But now I'm getting a bunch of people like basically yelling at Drum because she doesn't have information on their tickets when she had no business knowing any of it.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah, and I told these guys. I believe I told these guys. But again, I'm like, well, okay, well, maybe I won't do that again. Because it was such a headache.
No good deed, my man.
It was such a headache, dude. But part of it was me, too, because I was disorganized. I went to 3 different spots to collect all my winners instead of just having one Google Calendar file.
Right.
Yeah, I did that to myself.
Lesson learned.
Yeah. Yeah, the lesson is I'm a big old dummy. I learn it every other day. Yes, I'm a dodo. Rock 102.1 KF, man. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast. And, starting off the week, of course, I got Rico and Weirdo in studio. And I want to play a game with them. And this game we did with Emil and Mari. Yeah. It's called Celebrity Swap.
It's the cringiest game we can think of right now.
Yeah, it's a fun game, right?
Yeah.
So let's switch it up. So obviously, neither Rico nor Weirdo are expert impressionists. Okay, so Rico has a couple skills, but he wouldn't call himself a professional. And so what I did was I sent them both a list of 5 celebrities. Female celebrities for Weirdo, male celebrities for Rico. And the object of the game is for the other person to start doing their impersonation of the celebrity and the person who's not doing the impersonation to guess what celebrity they are impersonating. Whoever can correctly guess their opponent's impersonations better after asking them a couple questions each round will be the winner of your game. And it's all part of the game gauntlet. We want to know who is the best at these wacky games that we come up with throughout the year. And considering it's only February, we got a long ways to go.
Yeah, we do.
Don't quit again, please. All right, so let's start off. Who wants to start things off?
Rico, why don't you go first?
Okay.
All right.
All right, first, bad celebrity impersonation, Rico, go.
Well, howdy there. Well, am I supposed to give it away or am I trying my best to subdue it?
Yeah, you're in character. Talk to Weirdo as if, she's a lovely lady at the bar. And then Weirdo's going to ask you a couple questions. Try to hone in on what celebrity you're impersonating, no matter how obvious.
Well, ain't this a strange situation we find ourselves in right now?
It is.
We have this guy over here coercing us into a game. All right. So what are you all about?
Yeah. All right, you get to ask him up to 3 questions, Weirdo. What's your first question you want to ask him to try to pinpoint what celebrity Rico is impersonating?
Where did you grow up?
In the greatest state in the United States, Texas.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay. What do you do for a living?
Oh, I just live life and be myself. Ride horses, go in front of movie cameras, collect dandelions.
Final question.
So you're mentioning dandelions. Are you like some kind of botanist? Like, are you really into plants?
Nah, I consider myself a living poet. Just living life to my fullest. Keep on living.
Livin.
That's right.
All right, go and give a guess there, Weirdo.
Matthew McConaughey.
That is correct.
All right.
Yeah.
The
all
worst
right.
Matthew McConaughey impression of all time.
No, it's not bad.
No, actually, I will tell you, I'm a little turned on. You did good. You did good. There's something about that voice.
Was it the dandelions?
You should be.
Dandelions.
You just heard her correctly there, Rico. That means when you go out and about at the bar, you should tap into your inner Matthew McConaughey and get all the ladies. They don't need to know that's not how you normally sound, right? You wear boots.
Have a Bud Light.
And as always, of course, if you're watching along on youtube.com/beefvegan as part of our streamer crew, make sure you throw out your guesses as well. So I'll give you a credit and points for guessing correctly. Now it's Weirdo's turn.
Oh,
Again,
God.
not a professional impressionist.
Not even close.
Give us a brief introduction as to who you are without saying it.
Okay. I like to feel pretty, and I got my nails, and I like to make money moves.
Money moves. Okay. All right. It's going to be a little more difficult for you, Rico, but I'll let you ask some questions. What's your first question for Weirdo?
What's your favorite type of clothing?
Thank you for asking. I love to wear the Chanel and anything else fancy that I can find.
All right.
Okay.
Second question.
Not even close.
Where would you say you're from, basically?
I am from New York. How could you not tell?
Where's your accent?
I can't do it.
Come on, let's try to hear a bad accent.
New York, get out of here. I don't know.
Hey.
All right, third question, Rico.
What's your profession?
I'm so terrible at this because I just want to give straight answers. I am not mysterious at all.
You're good. Yeah, you're good. Lean into it.
All right, so I do some rapping. I go on and do interviews, and I'm
do some
hilarious.
rapping? You know, New York things.
Yeah,
This is why he asks me to do things because I am so terrible at them.
I know, but
My
you're not
improv
afraid.
skills are nothing.
No, your improvs are
Okay, is she Cardi B?
Is she Cardi B?
Yes, I am.
There you
That
go.
is correct. So
She
good
makes
enough
money
for the
moves and
guess.
she wears Chanel.
That's right.
And she's into rapping a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. All right. Well, it's all tied
Okay.
up. Back to Rico. Rico, your next celebrity impersonation, please.
I like going to the gym at 3 in the morning, eat some pancakes, post myself on Instagram quite a bit.
Are you?
Right.
All right. Go ahead and start asking questions there, weirdo.
What's your favorite workout to do at the gym?
Biceps, lifting cars, lifting tires. I keep myself active because I'm involved in quite a lot, actually.
Oh, well, what else are you involved in?
Making a lot of films that people don't like to go see.
Third and final question.
Do you have a football background?
I like to hit the gridiron every once in a while. Maybe I was a failed football star growing up, but now people love me for other things.
All right. Well, it sounds like you have it kind of like honed in. Who is Rico impersonating there, weirdo?
Are you Rock the Dwayne Johnson?
No, it was President Bush. Oh, well. Yes,
Are you
The Rock.
serious?
Yes,
Let's
The
say
Rock.
Rock the Dwayne Johnson. Yes,
Rock
yes.
the
okay.
Dwayne Johnson.
All right. On to you, weirdo. What's your next celebrity impersonation here?
Well, I'm all about the motivation and for you to find your inner light and spread it with the world.
Spreading light with the world. Okay. Go ahead and ask questions, Rico. I feel like this one's going to be more difficult.
Are you from Sedona?
I am not, but I love giving away vacations to there. It is a great spot. I love going there all the time.
What is your main income stream?
Well, my main income stream, I've got at least 10.
Damn, ballin'.
I have more money than you could ever imagine.
Okay. Have you had fluctuations in weight loss all throughout the years?
You know, that's a deeply personal question that I've been very open about. And yes, it has fluctuated up and down, but I think I have it on lockdown now with Ozempic.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get an impersonation, you get an impersonation. Is it Oprah?
It
It
is
is
Oprah.
Yay.
You get a point.
She has more money than God.
Yes, and shout out to Redbeard on the stream for getting it right first before everybody else. Excellent job. Now, were you stumped until the second or third question?
Yeah, second question. The
Yeah.
spirituality thing, I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh God, it could be a million.
Could be a million.
Right? All right, back to you, Rico. Start your male celebrity impersonation here.
So bad.
You got this.
Well, in the beginning, there was me talking throughout your life.
Okay. And what kind of things do you talk about?
Love, life, God, struggle, humility, anything you can think of.
A little philosopher there. But what do you like to do for fun?
I like to get money and other things. But of course, traditionally inspire people to be their best selves.
Okay.
Hey.
And I think that was your third question. What do you think it is?
I was going to say Christopher Walken.
That is incorrect. But
Wow.
we did get a correct answer on the stream. Shout out Brian.
Oh,
Brian
okay.
said Morgan Freeman.
All right,
Yeah, there you go. A celebrity swap. We're going to continue it here on the podcast broadcast stream. Looks like Rico
Walken.
won this on-air portion of it. So congratulations there, Rico. We got more coming up after music from 3 Days Grace. Brand new music, in fact. So keep it right here. Rock 102.1.
Impressions I don't do. Right? Not that good.
Yeah, see, that would have been a good one, an easy one to do for you. Let's see if you would have got Rico or Weirdo's last one here, Rico. Because really, it was a game of missing one. If you miss one, then you're pretty screwed. But I felt like you would have nailed this next celebrity impersonation, Weirdo.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, actually, I don't even want you to do number 3.
Okay.
I want you to do number 4.
Okay, then.
Yes. And again, you know, like the accent and personality and mannerisms, right? So you keep an eye on that.
Okay.
Some tips, and let's tap into it, and let's hear it.
You know, it's all about for me to be able to bring the inside of myself out and be able to share that with the world and have other people tell me how to do it.
Sounds like a hemorrhoid.
Oh, damn. Okay, same question. Like, what is your main source of income?
My main source of income is something that I love to do every day. Tap into the psychology of others and tell their stories.
Are you in film or television?
You know, I might have dabbled in both, but more film, more movies.
I'm stumped. Do I have one more question?
Yeah, if you do another question.
What is it? Where is there to go? Do you have famous relatives?
No, it's just me. Famous all by myself.
The bar is high with this one.
Yeah. Okay, she likes to help others. Psychology. Like, what celebrity isn't?
To me, it sounded like she's a method actress, right? She takes the craft very
Meryl
seriously.
Streep.
Oh,
nice!
Yeah.
I think I gave it away though. That's unfair.
That was a giveaway.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you know, I mean, she said it in so many words, which was an excellent job.
I wish she did the Julia Childs impression with it.
Yes.
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah, she do some overacting for us. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Do
please.
it.
Just because
Do
you look
it.
beautiful today, and adding some extra.
So let's leave that mysterious to just the visual.
So you preheat the oven at 350 degrees.
That's Julia. Yeah, that's
Julia Childs.
Julia Childs.
Yeah.
All right.
And you butter the turkey.
Okay, what's your just reenact your favorite Meryl Streep scene?
No.
That's a good one. Damn.
No,
Yeah.
see, my problem is, and maybe a lot of people can relate to this, but like being put on the spot like that, it's my brain goes blank.
Just like hers.
That's not true.
Great.
You're amazing when I put you on the spot. In fact, actually, I attempt to
when
put
it
you on the
comes
spot
to like referencing stuff
all
like
the
that.
time.
Because right now I cannot think of one Meryl Streep movie. I can think of her one speech that she like was not happy about Trump making fun of the disabled people. Like I can think of that right now, but that is it.
Oh, you know what? Give me an impersonation of Meryl Streep as a disabled person.
Go after yourself.
We're definitely not going to clip that.
He's
Don't
like,
worry.
please don't quit again. But here's all these reasons why motivate you.
Oh, no, that's not a reason to quit. Come on, it's love. All right, as we reset the table, earlier this morning we did Morning Moron. In case you missed it, went a little something like this. Check it out. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA, that was Wage War. It's now 6:15 and time for your Morning Moron. Let's do this. All right, risk versus reward. That's the lesson of the day. It's always risk versus reward. And I think in life, you know, you got to evaluate what the risk may be, what's the versus the potential reward, and if it's worth taking said risk, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this scenario, our Morning Moron doesn't understand that simple math equation, right? So he was looking for the reward. The reward was a Cinnabon. Right now, the Cinnabons, if you're craving one of those, there's nothing that hits harder than that.
That's a great reward.
Yeah, you know, it's decadent. You know, it's gonna fuel you. Yeah, it almost gets you high. It's one of those foods that literally releases an endorphin rush, similar to that of, I'm assuming, meth or Molly.
That's their new ad campaign now.
Pick your poison.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Cinnabon addicts totally lose control of their life because they were hooked by the Cinnabon.
Got any one of those Cinnabons on you, man?
Yeah, if it's addictive, then you know it's good. And that's one of the scenarios. So this dude, he wanted the Cinnabon so bad, and he knew they were inside the mall, but unfortunately, the mall was closed. It was in Atlanta, but that wasn't going to stop him, right? So he broke into the mall in the middle of the night. All right, and went directly to a Cinnabon inside there and attempted to grab some Cinnabons just to fulfill his need.
They weren't even heated. They were like the ones that are in the containers.
You're absolutely right, because it was in the
Wow.
middle of the night. They
Yeah.
weren't the ones being served by the staff, so he was just getting like the leftover ones or the pre-boxed ones, which don't hit the same.
They don't. They're good.
Yeah.
But they're not the same.
You want it ooey gooey, kind of like almost like melting lava. You want it to get it all over your fingers, and just completely cover you, immerse you in the sweet, sugary sweetness and the frosting. You want to walk out of there looking like you were the star of a gangbang. I was going to use a different word, but I'm like, let's just go for gangbang. It's 6:17 in the
Do
morning.
not type Cinnabon into your favorite site. Just don't.
Yeah. But you want to, when you're done eating a Cinnabon, you want to look racked. And this wasn't the case. This is one of those chilled Cinnabons, or just a regular cinnamon roll, if you will.
Right, where the frosting is like a little bit hardened and it's not the same effect.
Not the same.
Yeah.
Not at all. So, that's the scenario here. In fact, actually, you're a moron when the police go to social media to make fun of you. Here's the official statement they posted on their Facebook page. Cinnabons can be tempting, but breaking into a mall for a midnight snack is just not smart. Now, instead of enjoying a warm, gooey cinnamon roll, you're faced with a felony burglary charge. Yeah, and they say the county jail might have food, but trust us, it's no Cinnabon, and they're right about that.
He's going to be smuggling those honey buns now.
Yeah, honey
just not
buns.
the same.
Honey buns are the closest thing you're going to get to a Cinnabon experience, and they are gold in jail and prison. Everyone that's listening right now who is locked up, they know, and they agree. But they also know they would break out of prison for a 6-pack of fresh, hot Cinnabons, and
Damn
I don't
right.
blame him for that. But for this guy, he's going directly to prison because he did not understand the risk versus the reward ratio, and for that, we got to dub him today's Morning Moron. And we are back. Yeah, see, that's weird. So when I remove that video, it just goes to blank screen now.
Yeah, it's a little bit delayed.
Yeah. Oh, but at least I'm paying $90 a month for it. Yay.
Yay!
Hey, do you want some quick fodder?
Yes, please.
Okay, I just came across this meme that describes animals as music genres, and it makes too much sense.
Oh, okay.
Want to hear it?
Yes.
Rats are punk rock.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs are arena rock. Cats are synthwave. Owls are math rock. Horses are radio pop. Birds other than owls are yacht rock. Snakes are symphonic metal. Fish are new wave. Ferrets are thrash metal. Raccoons are industrial. And lizards are southern rock. I'm like,
Accurate.
yeah.
And
Accurate.
does it show you the pictures of everything, too?
No, just the names. It's
Yeah.
Just, it's just like, yeah.
Damn.
Cats are synthwave.
Yeah.
Owls are math rock.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That is nice. Owl rock, and yeah, I'll speed break that up. Is there any animals they missed then? What are kangaroos?
Ska.
Ska.
For sure.
Yes. It's good to see you on the stream there. Christy and Vanessa, I saw that you had a good time at Zenora at Rialto. I got a report from Brett saying, and I saw the pictures that you guys posted too. Fantastic. Tons of people came out for Zenora's CD release show at Rialto Theater. Those boys definitely got their act together, and yeah, people are chilling. Now I'm waiting to hear the radio edit version of their single because, I Uncle beefed them pretty hard, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is great, guys. You're working there. You're getting towards the goal, and you're in the right direction. First thing I want you to do is take that 6-minute song you sent me and take 4 fucking minutes off of it. All right? Not everyone needs a solo in every song. That's a rookie mistake that all young musicians make, present company included.
They're all
right?
scrambling to shorten it. They're like, where do we cut? What do we cut?
It's easy. In fact, I can do the edit. Every time you have a solo in there, take that out.
Yeah.
Take it out, all right? The 4th time you repeat the chorus, take that out.
All the 45-year-old ladies flirting with you at shows won't tell you that. Uncle Beef will.
Yeah, no, and save it for the live shows. You know, basically every single, version of your song should be a 2-minute version of that song, and then you go live. You can make that 10, 20 minutes. Go Fish, go ham. Fish is the jam band. Ham is not
You gotta
yet.
teach them early, man.
Yeah. And they listened, but I still have not got that edit yet, but I will. I will.
It's going to be like 20 seconds.
I'll Uncle Beef the hell out of them, all of them, you know, because my goal for me and anyone that's talented and passionate or chasing a dream is to, you know, help out if I know any way to do so. Because it's all hipster cred for me, and I've been building my hipster resume for quite some time now.
Yes, you have.
I need some new names on that list, though, so come on, Zenora, be the latest to prove me right. All right, we're going to be on here in about 3 seconds. Rock 102.1 KFMA, welcome back to Beef Figure Presents. You were excited about doing the last 2 impersonations, were you not, Rico?
A little bit.
Okay, well then fire them out and see if Weirdo could guess without even asking any questions.
I don't think I need to speak at all. I'll just do this.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's a visual for the streamers. But
Tom Cruise.
There you go. Yes. What would Tom Cruise sound like though for our radio listeners?
I have a need for speed. I'm crazy.
Yes, that's really good. That's really good. All right.
No,
and what's your final one?
I don't know. Maybe another impression. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
Yeah, she's good. She's
He nails
good.
it.
She's good.
Yeah, and then I know that you were excited about one on your list that you
No,
didn't
I
feel like you
wasn't.
could nail. Yeah, you were. You said I can't wait to do this one on the radio for everybody for the thousands. So which one's that?
I mean, it's just like so crazy, like how much stuff I just own. I mean, it's a bummer that my house burned down, but it's not going to be that hard to replace everything.
See, he's blank.
Trump?
He's drawing a blank. No,
Oh.
No.
he's a woman. First off,
He's a woman first.
I feel like Trump would angrily tweet at you if you heard that.
Right?
Everyone knows I'm the manliest man that's ever been around.
I know lots
Huge
of stuff.
hands. Huge.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your profession?
Whore. Do you have a guess now?
No.
Oh, didn't
a lot of
even narrow
whoas.
it down. Okay.
Have you been in movies or are you a musician?
Mari actually did this one really well.
Did she?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, she
This,
puts me to
yeah,
shame.
this is her bread and butter for this impersonation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
TV.
Do you make bras?
Probably with everything
Prob-
else,
yeah, I
right?
was
I
about to
mean,
say-
come on.
Are
She's
you a
a-
Kardashian?
Yes.
Are you Lucy Kardashian? I don't know the names.
Yeah, yes,
Yes,
Lucy
you do.
Kardashian. That's the one.
Yep.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Moving on.
Yeah. Her ex was kicked out of the Grammys last night
Yeah.
for showing off a naked, better version of her.
Kimmy.
Yeah, so which is insane. Would you ever wear that, even in the bedroom? What Kanye West?
How bloody pointless was that piece of nothing? Like, to me,
It's pantyhose, right?
It gets the people talking.
I didn't get a chance to like look up really close to it, but like it did seem like some just kind of sheer something. Like, I am not one that's super into like lingerie or teddies or anything like that either, because I'm like, it all ends up in the same place. Like,
Here,
it's on the floor. Like,
I'll show you. I have a censored version of the photo,
Okay.
but this is it right here. So it's basically it's somewhat of a mini skirt, right? Because you
yeah,
do
the
see.
only way that you tell is like it's a little bit rolled up at the bottom,
Yes, yeah,
Looks like the skin after a tattoo.
a little
Just
bit.
like rolling
Yeah.
up a little.
Yeah.
yeah, just a little bit, and of course, no panties, no bra. Nothing left to the imagination. But let's be honest. I mean, as much as she might be a kidnapped victim now or a sex robot,
Right.
the jury's still out on both of those things. But what
No,
she,
she's beautiful.
yeah,
She's gorgeous.
what she is flawless
Yeah.
physically. I mean, I get being proud of your girl, right? Like every man should be proud of their girl enough to want to show them off, but not like this, right? I
Yeah.
mean, this just takes it to a whole nother extreme. Yeah, she even has nice feet. So, I mean, she's a 10 out of 10, Bianca, and we know her name. So, if her whole goal was like, I will endure the world's craziest billionaire just for the sake of fame, then, she accomplished that. Is that something you would do?
No.
Would you, I mean, would you ever want to be famous?
No, and
No.
we've had this conversation like in our household, right? Because we do have, I mean, not that we post anymore, but we do have followers on TikTok and like all these things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to be like Gerard Way of My Chemical Romance. He never posts, but has tens of millions of followers, posts very, very rarely. Like, I want to be that famous person, but like the mysterious famous
Almost
person.
like the DJs that wear the masks, like Marshmallow type stuff.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Like, be impactful, but be anonymous.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah, because that's even like, I was raised here, right? Like I've grown up here. I've lived, the longest I've been outside of Tucson is 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I cannot go anywhere without seeing somebody I know.
Yes, and that's true. And that's funny that you bring that up, actually, because I just remembered this story. It turns out you used to bully one of my friends.
Wait, what?
Yes. So,
Okay, I was an absolute bitch in high school. I will admit to that. I was not great.
Oh,
So
boy.
I was
Juicy.
talking to her at the Roadrunners game.
Okay.
And then I was like, we're talking about the show, and I'm like, yeah, I'm glad to have Weirdo back. And she's like, I hate her. And I'm like, how do you
Okay, hold
how do you
on.
hate her? And then she's like, she used to bully me. And I'm like,
Whoa.
uh-huh.
Okay, what's the context though? Was this in high school? Was this a job?
This is a lifelong bullying.
What was the
A
context?
lifelong bully. Like, you bullied her long enough to harbor a resentment that stuck with her well into adulthood. Actually, like, I've known her for many, many years, and friends with her and her fiance. Who I like her fiance a lot. He's a good guy.
This is turning into Mari right now. I
No,
love
you
it.
gotta give me a name though.
You can't even narrow it down.
So the reason that I say this is because I've had people like be like, oh my God, my real name, and they acted like we were best friends.
Right.
That we would like hang out in high school and did all kinds of things together. And I'm like,
Fake.
I have no recollection. Now I am somebody with trauma and missing
Exactly.
like years.
And I explained that too. I
Yeah.
was like, this is the people who lash out. And I was right. Look, it's not like you're alone in this, because
Right.
I'm sure there's a small laundry
Right.
list of people who are saying "f me" too.
Yeah.
But and hell, even as an adult. But the people that lash out in those situations are the ones that kind of hurting the most, because their
Right.
home thing. And she's like, no. I knew her home situation was bad too, and I get it. So was mine though.
Right.
So don't double down and made my home and outside home situation bad.
Oh, that's interesting.
she
But
was a neighbor.
I've also had people like come up to me and would tell me like how horrible I was to them, and I would later find out because I'd like talk to other people, and they're like, you just didn't give them, like, they had nothing in common with you, and they really wanted to be your friend, and just you didn't hang out with them, and then I
Yeah.
was the most evil person on the planet.
Right, I get that too.
So
Totally understandable.
neighbor?
Yeah, and you were kids. You were younger. It was before high school, but high school
Okay,
didn't
so like
make it any better.
elementary.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and she lived underneath you.
Underneath?
Yeah, I think. Do you ever live in the second story anywhere?
Is she in the staircase like Harry Potter?
Yeah,
there's a
No,
situation
I
here.
lived on one of 3 streets with regular houses in the middle of Trailer Parkville.
Okay, so it was
It was a
I- it was in-
single-story ranch house.
It was in one of these trailer park villas where she was a neighbor as well as a colleague in school. So went to the same classes and
Get
stuff
her
like that.
on the phone. Get her on the phone.
No, I'm genuinely curious now because I would have no problems to be like, okay, if you tell me what I did, like
Right.
even if I'm not remembering, be like,
That's what I said too.
I'm almost 40 now. Like,
Yes, and she understands that as well, and that's what I said too. I was like, well,
Yeah,
Weirdo's a much different person than she was as the monster that she was as a kid, and I'm sure she would feel bad for even inadvertently making you feel bad, and yeah, I get
yeah,
it.
and I'm also like not the only, like I've talked to many people who were undiagnosed ADHD as kids, and we all come off as
Oh, yeah, big
like
time.
bad because again, and we just don't know,
Yeah.
right? Because we're kids.
Yeah, so this is, honestly, if I was up in Phoenix and stuff, then this would work for me too, because I was elementary school especially was just a brat. But with that said, if you've ever been bullied by a weirdo, we got the hotline open right now.
I
Now's
seriously
your
want to
chance.
know. I want to hear it.
Hey, there might be a settlement involved for you. No, I'm just kidding.
Or a free gift certificate.
Because, like since I became a mom, now granted I was a very young mom, I was 17, but like I through about my 20, like the last 15, 20 years, I've really prided myself on being kind and
Yes.
giving people benefit of the doubt and
A
things
lot of
like
growth.
that.
A lot of growth.
so
and
much
you
growth.
are honestly one of the best people I know, and next to this girl that you bullied. So I get it, like I totally understand.
There's only one name that's coming to mind right
What
now.
is
but
it?
What is it?
Let's just start with.
Ooh.
Can I just say the name?
Sure.
Jessica Flood.
No, don't say the last
Full
name.
name.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jessica.
Yeah.
Oh,
Suck.
okay.
I'll hit the
Just
dump for you
dox
on
her.
that one.
No,
Yeah.
that's okay. No,
First name's fine.
But that's the only one I can think of. But her and I were friends.
Yeah, it
Oh
wasn't
my
Jessica.
God.
It wasn't Jessica.
Okay, it wasn't Jessica.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm
What'd
probably
you
a
do to
bigger
Jessica?
a-hole because it's the only person I can remember off the top.
Yeah, no, I mean, this person would probably even more offended. Be like, you mean my life? How you
I
don't
was
remember me?
I was a huge tomboy. I hung out with more boys than girls.
Yes.
So that's the other thing that I'm like, I don't know.
This is why I do the Billy Madison scene where he calls Steve Buscemi and is like, I'm sorry about that.
No, I know. No,
Like-
I did the exact same thing, and luckily I did this before my friend Joe, who's still my friend today. You know, and I've told this story before to a lot of people, I think, but there was in 8th grade, there was a whole year that this kid Joe would get on the school bus, and I was such a dick that I had a stupid song that I would sing. That the whole bus would sing. I would go, Hairless Joe, because he didn't have hair on his legs. This is how stupid I was in junior high, but this is how stupid junior high kids are.
Can
villainous.
you record this song? I'll give it to my husband because he has alopecia.
Yeah, so and apologies to everyone that has alopecia. And he didn't have those. He just didn't hit puberty yet. So he would get on the bus, and the whole bus, including the bus driver, would go, Hairless Joe.
What, even the
Hairless.
bus driver?
Yes, dude. It was not cool.
Whoa.
Yeah, because, you know, I'm kind of a leader, so it kind of got people
Got
behind
it.
me,
Got
right?
the bus driver into
Yeah.
it.
I was gonna say, I'm more mad at the adult than you.
Yeah, no, I
You
know.
were a child.
Let's be fair. It was a bus driver, so not the most responsible adult. But, okay, so I go, Hairless Joe, and then everyone's stopping. I go, he looked like a $2 hoe. Hairless Joe. That was the song. It was stupid.
Look at your rhyming skills.
I know.
This sounds like the makings of a villain, though, like a horror movie. Where he
So-
starts singing that song down a hallway.
So Joe, you know, he was riding the bus for the first half of the year. He hated it so much that he ended up just walking to school. And so he would just avoid the bus altogether. I know this is a horrifying story, but again, a couple years later, Joe's in high school now. And I watched Billy Madison, and I realized the error of my ways, legitimately, where I'm like, look, that was just cruel.
Yeah.
And so he was over at my friend Ryan's house one day, and I pull him aside, and I'm like, Joe, I don't know if you remember this. And he's like, oh, no, I remember. He's like, I
Every
hate you.
day of my life.
Yeah, he's like, I hate you. You made my year the worst year of my life, and I started walking to school. I'm like, oh, I just thought you transferred, but and I was like, well, either way,
He's a murder shrine in his closet to you.
yeah. No, I was like, I sincerely, like, you know, I apologize. I full blown apologize. Explained to him, you know, like, it was.
I took my hair off for you.
Yeah, right. All this stuff, and I did it right before he hit his growth spurt, and then got up to like 6'5" and like solid
just in
240,
time.
just in time, dude, just in time. And now he's a monster of a man, wildly successful, rich, good looking wife. I mean, you know,
Wow.
yeah, like the karma caught up with him.
Yep.
And then look at me. So he won in the long run for sure.
Right.
And you know, but I'm not even mad at it. I'm happy
Except,
for Joe.
what if you turn around, you get mad, he's like on Fortune 500, then you're like, sir, you have a phone call. Thank you, secretary. Who is it? Hairless Joe.
No.
He's like, no.
To this day, no, we'll still chat from time to time. He'll even give me a call. We've done business together. So it actually, you know, was one of those relationships that you can mend. And
Right.
it started with an apology. And honestly, I don't even think I would have had that foresight if it wasn't for Adam Sandler's
Adam
Billy
Sandler
Madison
saved your
movie.
life, dude.
Yes.
So with this chick that knows me, you worked with her for years and just realized that she knew me?
No, I actually dated her for a little bit. And yeah.
So you've known this for a while.
No, she
okay.
she dropped this bombshell on me this last week, and
Oh,
I couldn't
okay.
wait to tell you. All right, let's keep this conversation moving on the podcast
I wanna
broadcast.
know.
YouTube.com/bevegan. Yeah.
I didn't know that was on the air the whole time. That's funny.
Yeah, well, I didn't
Oh, God.
curse, but yeah.
Well, that's why you dumped when I said the girl's last
Yeah.
name. Yeah, I want to know now.
Hairless Joe, here we go.
Because here's the thing, like, because there's like a lot of stuff I don't remember
Yeah.
in all these different traumatic periods of my life. But if I get the little clues, right? Like if I get
Starts
the
to
little
come back.
bit, yeah, exactly. Then it'll
Synapses.
Well, I call it pulling the file out of the file cabinet. Like that's legitimately what it is. It takes a lot of effort. It sucks sometimes, but gotta do it. But
Yeah.
It
I know.
is weird. It's like weird how the mind works because it's like I really do sometimes think back to like when, you know, traumatic childhood stuff like parents divorce and things like that,
Right.
and how much your memory blockages around that situation.
oh yeah, your brain protects itself. But yeah,
Yeah.
like so I was talking with one of my friends from high school, Chris. Occasionally him and I will catch up, and he's like, "Man, my mom hated you." And I was like, "Why?"
Whoa.
And he goes, "It was one incident." He's like, "You really weren't that bad, but just sometimes you have no filter." They had just got new furniture. Now, I'm a kid from the frickin' trailer park. They're up in Continental Ranch, like, so super nice area.
Uh-huh.
And this couch did look like green dog shit. Like, it just did. It was not a great color. And so he's like showing it off. I'm not realizing that she's like in the next room. And so I make that comment because, again, maybe trying to be a little bit funny, like all these things, because I didn't learn how to punch up yet. And so, yeah, and then all of a sudden she like walked in the room and I was like, I should probably leave. Yeah, it was really, really bad.
Hey, you're sticking it to the man from day one. Hell yeah.
I guess.
All right,
Well, you weren't wrong.
No, you weren't wrong. Look, let me play this clip from Justice Spears earlier, and she's at work. I just texted her to see if she could call in.
Okay.
I'll see if I could get her to call in and
That's
reveal herself.
That's hilarious that you dated her,
soon.
though.
Yeah, I say dating loosely, but
okay,
yeah.
that's fair, but the 2 degrees of Tucson, that is my life.
Oh, you know it. Earlier this morning, we talked to 2 lifelong Lakers fans about the trade of Luka and what that meant to them. I was actually surprised by the reaction. Here's what Spears and Ali had to say about that blockbuster trade. Check this out. Yes, it is content season here in the old Pueblo. Rico and I are talking about the big events that are happening in town that we need to go experience and shoot some video for. You know, Renaissance Fair again. Always a good time at the Renaissance Fair. That started up this last weekend. It lasts for about 6 weeks. We'll give you opportunities to win passes for the Renaissance Fair, I'm sure. Not this week, but we'll have plenty to give away. And look forward. Yeah, huzzah. We'll be talking with somebody from the Renaissance Fair, too. So with that, see if there's anything new or just old-timey. I do love just the whole, atmosphere of the Renaissance Fair. Then, of course, the Tucson Rodeo that happens in the 100th year, the centennial of the Tucson Rodeo. I'm sure they're going to go up and beyond for that one. Got to check that out. The Super Bowl's this Sunday. These are all events, worth, planning for, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a question, though. Am I good? My voice, but at that point I was just happy to get out of line. All right, we got music on the way from Alice in Chains, and we're going to check in with ESPN's Justice Spears because he is a I had to scrub ahead on that. Lakers That was fan.
my,
There was a big trade involving the Lakers over the weekend.
A segment when I took my daughter to that Hello Kitty.
Like, how does that make you a
Fan.
bad dad? Come on.
Because I end up paying $55 for bullshit, and we end up having one of the $18 sugar cookies, and they were shit. They were dog shit. It was so bad.
Sure.
Yeah. Either way, here's that Spears and Ali segment I teased. Get on the air. We're going to be on the FM side here in about a minute 45 and talking up this Lakers trade, which surprisingly you guys are super excited about. And I'll reintroduce you guys on the air as Spears and Ali. But both of you guys are massive Lakers fans, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. And I think that everybody agrees when this trade was first announced, we thought Shams Charania's Twitter account, X account, got hacked.
Yeah, no
'Cause
one
it's like,
believed
this
it.
is not real. And then when it was real, universally across all Lakerland, the sentiment was holy sugar honey iced tea.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got like a generational player. I mean, Anthony Davis is a really good player.
Right, but
However, you got a guy that's 25 years old.
which always surprised me that Luka is still so young because it seems like he's already been in the league forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, since
Right?
he was 14.
Yeah. Right?
We need this kid.
But this is a kid that's already won a championship, did he not?
No, he took him to the finals
Took him
last
to the
year.
finals, yeah.
Yeah. But he's, the guy's been all NBA first team 5 times.
Right.
And, I now it's all the conspiracy theories, like what's going on. Does he weigh 300 pounds? I don't care if he's 300 pounds, he's smoking cigarettes, dribbling up the court. This was a great trade for the Lakers.
Okay. And that's
We'll
the
take
hard,
it.
Yeah.
hard stance on that. So we're going to get on in 15 seconds to talk about that because, I think the biggest talk is, just seeing him, he doesn't look like he's in NBA shape. He's still putting up great numbers. He's still doing his thing. He's only 25 years old. So, at 25, you're not necessarily as responsible. Especially once you have a certain amount of success. But we'll talk about it. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Joining us in studio, co-hosts Spears and Ali on ESPN 1490. We got both Justice Spears and Ali in studio. And we're talking about the Lakers trade, which both of them are lifelong Lakers fans. And both of them are super excited about this trade that seemed like it was too good to be true if you're a Lakers fan. And also Dallas's worst case scenario. Right, and that's if you haven't heard, Luka got traded for Anthony Davis and a couple other key players. What makes this such a huge trade for the Lakers, besides the fact that they got a 25-year-old superstar in Luka?
You just said it. 25-year-old superstar Luka. they got rid of Anthony Davis, who was, when he's healthy, defensive player of the year type of player, right?
Yeah.
But he was also inconsistently healthy. Like he was either on the sidelines, injured, or playing. And when he was playing, he was really good. But it seemed like he was more on the sidelines than actually playing.
Right.
Luka is 25 years old. So even if LeBron James decides to hang it up after this year, the Lakers have a cornerstone piece. They have a guy that they could build around and win championships with. So a lot of people were wondering, what's the future going to look like post LeBron James? Well, there it is.
Okay, well then this screws over Dallas Mavericks, right? So what are the Mavericks thinking in this scenario?
Damn, we were supposed to give this guy a statue.
Right.
And now we thought he was going to be like Dirk Nowitzki, spending his entire career with the Dallas Mavericks. And now they just watched a generational player, maybe the second best player the franchise has ever had, giving him to L.A.
Do you think this would have happened if Mark Cuban still owned the team outright?
Hell no.
Right.
Hell no. I mean, Mark Cuban once said if it was if I had to choose between Luka leaving the Dallas Mavericks or me getting divorced from my wife, I'm going to the lawyer's office.
Yeah.
That was a quote out of his mouth.
Yeah.
So,
That's love. That's love. That's real love.
I mean, and the thing is, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, as a Laker fan, I'm happy about this. But, I mean, Luka was eligible this offseason to sign a Supermax contract, 5 years, about $350 million.
Yeah, it's massive.
And I think Dallas just didn't want to get to the point of, like, do we want to – I mean, once you give a guy $350 million, I mean, you're married to him.
Yeah.
And Dallas obviously didn't want to be married to him. And what's crazy is they didn't just go into the offseason and basically say, hey, NBA.
Hairless Joe. Hairless Joe. He looked like a $2 hoe. Hairless Joe. Let that be stuck in your head.
The one day he tunes in to listen.
He's like, I thought you dropped it. I said, I'm suing you now because I have all the resources and the lawyer on retainer because I'm successful. Right after I get done banging my hot wife. No, Joe's done great for himself, and and he's in the mortgage industry and stuff, and making tons of money. So it's good. All right, now Weirdo, I'm gonna give you the first letter of the name of the girl you bullied, who I reached out to see if she could call in. Unfortunately, she cannot call in right now because she's working.
Right.
All right. Living a very successful and happy life herself. I got a wonderful man who is a captain of a fire department, and he's providing a good service and stuff. He's a good dude.
Uh-huh.
All right. So with that said, the letter of the girl that you made miserable
Apparently.
for years wasn't a one and done like for me. Letter is K. Nothing. The list is far too long to even
No, that's not the case.
It does sound like it might be the case. You can't even narrow it
Because I
down.
remember a lot of isolation growing up. Like,
All right.
I was by myself a lot.
Okay, I'll tell you what. How about this? This will be more fun. Let's just start throwing out first names of the people you bullied growing up, and then I'll let you know if you get close to them. Okay?
What if he was like, we have a pre-recorded cry of her on the phone talking about you. Let's see if this rings a bell.
I should.
Okay, so when you say that, like, I think of dudes that I made fun of. Because, like I said, I was a tomboy.
Yes, but no
and
dudes.
played boys. Like, I played baseball growing up, and you'd, kind of be tough like them. But, like, girls?
Yeah, that's just randomly just fire off some girls' names of girls that they may not have liked you because maybe you made fun of their outfits or their quirky personalities or I don't know.
So the only one in that case that comes to mind is Jessica, and we were friends, but it was a lot of like trying to like one up each other.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that like.
Right.
Bitchy little
Yeah.
this.
It was, how's she doing in life, by the way?
Not good the last I heard.
Oh, you should have bullied her harder.
I
Right.
guess. Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
No other neighbor kids around 5th, 6th grade? 5th, 6th grade.
5th, 6th grade.
7th grade, 8th grade, that was a pivotal time in coming of
I
age.
do remember this one girl, Patty.
Wasn't Patty.
Yeah, no. So
Poor Patty.
So this girl, she was the bully. She
Okay.
was the a-hole. Now, her and I have like reconnected. I think I helped with her hair or something for a wedding a couple years ago.
Yeah, congratulations, Patty.
Yeah, so she's cool now. I know. Does this make it worse?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. 'Cause you're like, I can't even narrow it down. And it's like, oh,
It's not narrowing down. It's
You're
like I
for-
literally don't remember.
I know. And then that suck, though, too, because you're a forever memory for somebody. And then you're just like, yeah, sorry, you're not even worth 2 brain cells.
I know.
By the way, I have like 5 kids and 1 million partners. Like, I was compared to like computer, like RAM memory on a
Yeah.
computer. There's only so
Defragging it.
much, and then it gets
Let's see.
replaced.
Let's go to the phones real quick. Were you bullied by Weirdo? Oh, they hung up.
That's a yes.
That's yes. We got the hotline.
They were so scared.
That was her.
Yeah, so it was K. The letter is K. So no, and you can't even not even narrow it down there. A lot of names that
Like-
start with K.
A
Every
name,
bully begins with K.
a name that rings a bell is Crystal, who was on the end of the street. She died though. She was really sick. She died in her 20s.
Oh, well, hopefully you weren't bullying her before that.
Yeah.
No. Her and I were friends.
No, it wasn't Crystal, and that's good. And makes you recipes.
It wasn't stupid Patty either. So let's keep moving.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay though. You know, honestly, we were all kids once, and bully. You ever
Right,
bully
right,
anyone
right.
there, Rico?
Not in my recollection, but
Yeah.
it might be my brain defending itself too, like her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was bullied a ton.
Yes, actually. We're all
Yeah.
victims.
I was
too.
like the guy trying to make him laugh, and then they're like, "Oh, all right, he's cool." You know,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
I got
so
out of that like a weasel.
I'd honestly, my whole goal was trying to make people laugh at somebody's expense. So if you were at that expense, I apologize. You know?
Yeah, and I have to say the same thing. Like, sorry.
Yeah, there's a guy named Chad. Oh man, Chad was he suffered the wrath, and I do apologize to Chad out there if you be listening, and several others that I have forgotten as well. I'm very much like Weirdo in that sense. We got more in common than we do opposite. So I guess that leads to our beef tip. Our beef tip is reach out to the ones you bullied earlier and say I'm sorry. You never know, they might bully Madison you or bully Madison you if you don't. Okay, so even if you scroll their Facebook page and it turns out they turned out to be like a lunatic. That could be a little bit because of you. So,
And you want that lunatic on your side?
Yep. Small sorry goes a long way. All right. We'd like to thank everyone for listening to the show. As always, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, youtube.com/BeefVegan. Robin Nash is up next at 7 o'clock tomorrow. We'll give away another opportunity for you to win tickets for Shinedown. Till then, enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later. Let's bang on a couple things and get you on the Rizzo.
K.
K. But it could have easily been started with a C. It's a name that sounds like it starts with a C.
Like a Christine or Christina. This is so bad. Yeah, but you're saying lived under me. Did she live in an apartment?
I think so.
Yeah, there was no apartments in my neighborhood.
Maybe it's just a house, and the under you was a metaphor for how she
Yeah,
felt
exactly.
under you.
Did she know
felt-
my real name?
Yes, she did.
She did. Okay.
Yeah, she was. I mean, she's pretty convinced she knows who you.
Because I've had this happen a couple times where like one of my friends was like, "Dude, were you in Ulta Beauty today?" I was like, "No, I've been home." And he was like, "You have a doppelganger in Tucson." He's like, I've known this dude a decade.
Liz, your evil twin.
Yeah.
Right?
It's her dressing like her.
Unlikely
Right.
story.
So no, that has happened because especially now, like I have black hair. I was a blonde towhead as a kid.
Yes.
Like I'm trying to go through my Facebook to see if I can, because I'd posted a photo of me before.
Yeah.
I look completely different.
You're like, it wasn't me. It was someone who looked exactly
No,
like me.
No, that's not me trying to pass the buck either, but it's just
No,
that
I
has
know.
happened to me.
Yeah. But she grew up in town. So, yeah, I mean, Tucson is such a small town that it's like, it's inevitable.
That
Right.
wasn't Weirdo. That was Psycho.
Right, exactly.
That's not me.
Well, and explaining to people that like when I grew up here, Tucson was only 300,000 people.
Oh, shit, dude.
Like there was
So
like
even
no
smaller.
like yeah, I remember the day that so River and La Cholla, River did not connect to I-10. I remember the day it opened. Like it was a huge deal. Otherwise it was just desert out there. But yeah. No, I'm one of those people where I'm like, there's over 1 million people in Tucson now. That's insane to me.
Yeah, and it's still growing super slow. It could have grown. It
Oh
should
yeah,
be growing so
when
much
I lived
faster.
on the west side, this is a couple years ago, and I was like, yeah, Mount Lemon, we can get to base Mount Lemon in like 15, 20 minutes. You used to be able to from the west side. You cannot now. You can't get anywhere in 10 minutes here.
Brutal.
Yeah. I know, now I'm just like, get off my lawn.
Damn Californians.
Damn Californians. Here, let's do a quick headline segment. We'll bang this out.
Okay.
Banging.
We're still recording?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys could ride along with us on this, right? Got some headlines that we didn't get to today, and then we'll wrap up the stream once we hit to an hour, shortly over an hour. Here we go. Rock 102.1 KFMA. That was Chevelle with Send the Pain Below. Welcome back to the show. We got some headlines that I want to share with you. Of course, you know the world keeps spinning. There's lots of news that comes across our desk. So to get you caught up, here are some of the top headlines that caught my attention. Okay, so first and foremost, a recent study found that mentioning vegetarianism in your dating profile hurts your chances of finding a partner among the dirty meat eaters, at least, right? So you want to, just don't mention. If you are a vegetarian, don't mention it. Simple as that.
Don't mention it on the first date no matter what. Don't worry.
Is it just simply vegetarian or vegetarian vegan?
Definitely don't say vegan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, look, if you are vegan, you have a good chance of hooking up with someone that's hotter than you that is a vegan because they tend to date exclusively. Mm-hmm. But you'd have to live that facade. And I'll tell you right now, just not worth it.
Yeah, no, I got in that conversation with my boyfriend, right? I was like, would you, because I was vegetarian for 2 years, almost vegan. And I was like, would you have dated me? He's like, I might have went on a couple dates, but that would have been incompatible.
Yeah,
He's
you know
like,
what he's saying. I would have banged you. Yes.
Correct.
And then after I banged you a few times, I would have stopped banging you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he said that is a deal breaker for him because it's just incompatible because he loves his meat.
Yeah.
Like, he's all about it, so.
And you're eating meat now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Several different types a week.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. All right, back to the Polly joke. I haven't done a Polly joke in a while.
I know.
Though.
We haven't talked about it a whole lot.
Well, because now that you been poly for like 3 years, you're at the boring stage of your relationships. Because even having multiple partners can get boring after a couple of years, right?
It can get mundane.
Yeah.
It's all logistics and which kid's got to go where. There's nothing that exciting.
Right,
happening.
yeah. Like when I check in with Weirdo, I'll be like, hey, I got any kinky stories and stuff? I'm like, yeah, I actually dropped my kids off, and then later on night, we were going to do a missionary, but got too tired. Like, sounds like a regular relationship.
At this point, it's just like an ad for an addition to your resume where it's just like you show up to shipping companies or logistics. Like, I'm in this relationship. Like, oh, you're perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
It's compatible.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I think that adds to like managerial skills.
Right.
And you know how to like problem solve and
I know
and
how to do
mediate.
project management now.
Yep.
I had no
Yes.
idea how to do it before.
Yeah, no, legitimately, the skills and tricks of the trade that you could develop from having that close of relationship times 3.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
I
yeah.
plan to the detail.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yes, we do.
All right, moving on in headlines. Valentine's Day's right around the corner. If you're dating someone who loves pickles, I got good news for you. Grillo's Pickles is bringing back their pickle bouquet. It's a do-it-yourself kit that allows you to create an editable arrangement for Valentine's Day. That's a hard no for you.
That's a hard no.
Is that gross?
If you show up with a bouquet of pickles, I will kick you in the pickle because no thank you.
This is for girls in the South. That's what I love about it.
Yeah,
They'd be
yeah.
like, yeah, thank you.
Dip it in your Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
as Meemaw once told us, pickled Dr. Pepper's the best.
Oh, God, Miss Meemaw.
Oh, Miss Meemaw. All right, police in Oklahoma arrested a man after he allegedly broke into an escape room business. Because he couldn't make it out. So he was stuck because he couldn't figure out the clue. So when he did make it out, he was in handcuffs. All right. A 94-year-old woman in Oregon was cited for allegedly driving 106 miles per hour on the interstate. The baddest grandma in the land. Normally, they're riding on the off-ramp, like going 15 miles an hour.
Right.
Yeah. So,
She's like, hurry up, I'm going to die soon. We got to
Right.
go.
Exactly. And honestly, the best excuse to get out of a speeding ticket. What's your rush? I'm 94 years old. How many more minutes do you think I have?
Right.
It is
'Cause we are
time.
down to minutes.
Yeah, to accelerate. Yeah, absolutely. So
The cop just laughs and lets her go. All right, just take it easy. All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like if you're a cop, feel bad for giving this woman a ticket. Legitimately, I think is the ultimate excuse. Be like, I'm 94, and yeah, I want to shave 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. It's gonna add up.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. All right. A woman was okay with her husband hunting Bigfoot until she found out that he was taking an ex along with him.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So now she's filed for divorce.
He was doing more than squatching.
What a wacky excuse too. Like, hey, honey, I'm going out this weekend to find Bigfoot. So like every time you come back, be like, hey, did you find anything? Nope, got nothing to show you.
Turns out Bigfoot wears a lot of perfume. I don't know why, but he got out for me again.
I was close to catching Bigfoot, but got away. Not before it gave me chlamydia, though.
You know those damn Bigfoots.
All right, there's your headlines. Let's hit the reset. We come back. We give you an opportunity to win tickets for Shinedown. Stick around. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. clear. All right, so that's some for the morning. All right, that's everything on the stream. Thank you guys for watching. As always, most of you bailed out already.
You didn't hear the squatching?
Yeah, squatching.